There's some important things to discuss, and I need your help on this. Hit the button. Let's get started. Hi there, ho there, Andrew here, the horror host of Generations X, Y, and Z inside Davis Manor, and yesterday I had a great conversation with some of the patrons of the channel. Let me throw up this graphic here while I keep on talking. I was talking with Michelle, Ivy, Dominic, and Norgan Warrior about a few things, which led to a poll that I put up in the Patreon feed later on that day to all the patrons that weren't in the Google Hangout that I was talking with, so they could vote on the things that we were talking about. And by the way, let me go ahead and say, if you want to learn some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, I mean, if you want to be part of the decision-making process, if you want to earn some swag, free t-shirts, things like that, maybe just even have a better access to me, or if you really enjoy watching what you're seeing on the channel and you want to help in any way, let me pause for self-promotion. You can go ahead and click that link above or the link in the description and the link at the end of the video. It leads to the Patreon page. You can see all the goals that we have already reached, what we are going to be reaching, what we have for future plans, all of that stuff, different tiers that you can select as well, which give you different rewards on there. Check it out. It is by far the best way to support this channel and help us grow. So with that, I have two major things that I want to talk about, okay? And the first thing I'm going to talk about is what the video thumbnail refers to that you might have seen. I am working on 3 different scripts right now, and these scripts could lead into a web series which would be aired in about 20-minute webisodes that would be aired on this YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of each of the 3 of the storylines that I'm working on. And then I want you to go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to write down in the comment which one sounds the most promising and which one you would like to see. Now, that could be the same thing. It could be 2 different things, whatever it is. But basically, I'd like to get some information from everybody that is watching, people that haven't subbed yet, people that have subbed, all of that. I want to get all of that information to really try and decide on which way I'm going to go in this one. So let me break down. Let me go into the first synopsis. Excuse me. And the first synopsis is about the Walking Dead universe. Now, it is my version of the Walking Dead universe, okay? So think of it of a fan universe, The Walking Dead. Actually, no, that doesn't sound right, because the initials would be FU, The Walking Dead. We don't want to do that. Maybe like the Walking Dead fan universe. No, that would be The Walking Dead FU. That wouldn't sound right either. Anyway, let's just go on. We'll think of something else later on. The main character in the story would be played by me in that, and I would play the character Grant Mason. Now, that person is a man that was in prison for mass murder. And he has broken out during the zombie apocalypse, when everything goes down. Okay, this is happening when the apocalypse hits. This isn't like post-apocalyptic or anything. This is going through this. So think of like the first season of Fear the Walking Dead, but much better, mind you. So the main thesis on this is that he breaks out and he finds out that the dead don't stay dead. So how would a killer cope with victims that don't die? That is the main thesis of the series that goes on. Of course, if it's popular enough, people want to keep on watching it, the story will evolve from there on. Now, let me pause for a moment so I can get something to drink. We'll be right back. Woo! Okay, that was a good, fun little jump cut there. I got some water in me. Now, the second plot synopsis that I'm working on is the comic exploits of one Dr. Edward Rook. And he is the owner of the infamous franchise number 13 of Ghostbusters. Now, him and his squad of Ghostbusters will be out trying to save the world, and I will be playing Dr. Eddie Rook myself. And I'll be combining the mythos of the 1980s Ghostbusters, the animated TV show, The Real Ghostbusters, and also even Filmation's Ghostbusters as well. I'll be kind of putting all of those together in there. So there'll be some nods to different things, such as one of the most difficult things about this is the production, because I'm going to want to create a new ecto unit, and I'll be calling it GB, which is Geebee. And that is a nod to the Filmation's Ghostbusters. It's going to take a considerable amount of special effects, obviously, to do Ghostbusters. Because Dr. Rook and the gang will be not only fighting ghosts and trapping them, but will also be doing other undead creatures. One thing that I remember reading, some of the synopsis and thoughts of what Dan Aykroyd wanted to do was he wanted Ghostbusters to be kind of like a pest control thing, where they're handling a whole bunch of different pests. You come out, and exterminators and stuff like that. So Ghostbusters will be handling a whole bunch of different spiritual baddies out there, not just ghosts, but other things, maybe possessions, zombies, and whatnot. So with that, like I said, it's going to be a lot more of a production value on that, but you can look for some fun, politically incorrect political humor, I guess, would be some of the things that you can look forward to. Such as I have there'll be encounters with Dr. Rook with groups like the Right to Undead Life activists, otherwise known as Spirit Justice Warriors. Plus, the government will also be a thorn in Dr. Rook and crew, their side, with the Paranormal Contracts Oversight Commission, otherwise known as Peacock. So, there's that synopsis. Let me pause again for another drink. Woo boy! Now, if I did not take my drinks, I would be foaming at the mouth on this. I don't know what's going on. I'm very, very parched, I think. So, now, the last synopsis that we're doing here is an original series. Okay, so I'm not taking any other franchise and molding my vision into it. It is something that I have created. Now, with this, I will be playing a retired slasher, slasher villain, slasher killer. Think of the 80s, and been discovered by a young sociopath. The series will show the slasher basically taking his young protege under his wing and showing him how to become the next legendary killer. Now, the main thesis of this series and storylines is to break down the typical superhero sidekick storyline or buddy cop movie that you might have seen in the past, and twisting it a little bit here. I want to give a fresh look of the bad guy's perspective of this. And as time goes on in the series, you will find that the young upstart realizes that his teacher is not just some slasher killer from the 80s, but in fact has had many themes and incarnations to his crimes, to include being a chainsaw-wielding maniac in Texas, and also donning a hockey mask in New Jersey near a campground that had a particular lake. So I'm not going to lie here. I'm excited to do any of these three things. Right now, though, I want you to go ahead and I want you to pause the video for a moment. I want you to leave a comment down below, and I want you to tell me, what would you like to see? What sounds the most appealing? It could be two different answers. Could be the same thing. I want you to tell me why would be even better. Why would you want to see this? Or why do you think it would be most appealing? Go ahead and take some time. Go ahead and type it all out. I will be responding back to everybody on this. Now, after you do that, I'm going to go ahead and you play the video again. I'm going to go ahead and tell you how you can help me with these stories and these series. But right now, I'll wait. Go ahead and pause. And I think I've given you enough time to hit the pause button. So good to see you back. Now, before I go on to the next piece of information about the channel, I want to go ahead and talk to you about how you can help with the stories or the series that I just talked about. Whatever direction that we do go on this channel, I am going to need help. There is just no doubt that this is not a one-person endeavor. It just isn't going to happen. I'm going to need actors. I'm going to need actors in front of the camera. I'm going to need people behind the cameras. I'm going to need cinematographers. I'm going to need directors, PAs, grips, makeup specialists, CGI artists, whole bunch, much more on there. So with that, if you have any of those talents, if you want to explore those realms, I'm going to need people to help out. Most out of everything, though, I am going to need financial support on this. So some people have asked me, well, why don't you go ahead and do a Kickstarter for this? And normally I would if it was a one-shot story and that was it. But that's not what this is going to be. This is going to be an ongoing series that is going to be happening here on the channel. So it isn't a one-and-done type thing. No matter what three I go with, I'm going to need financial support on this, obviously. And to do that would be to go up on Patreon. I've talked about it. I talk about it every video that I do. It is the best way to support this channel to help continue to grow. If each subscriber chose the smallest tier, which is a $2 a month tier, basically that's 50 cents a week. I would be well into producing this because we've got the subscribers for it. So now if you want to join me in these projects and you want to help make my dreams come true, make your dreams come true, this is the way, the best way to go ahead and do it. Now, getting into the other information that I was alluding to, because I said there's two different things that we were going to talk about. The summer is here. Basically, I've got some ideas. I got some big ideas. I mean, you've already heard some of the big ideas that I got. But the summer is here, and starting my birthday, which is June 1st. Yay, happy birthday me. I will be launching my franchise reviews. Now, what does that mean? It means that for 1 month, I will be going over a particular franchise. And I'm going to do this June, July, August, September, and October. Okay? This is big news because this is a big undertaking for me to do. To balance this with family life and work life and everything. It's pretty tough to do, but I am going to do it because I want to do it, one, and I think that you guys will enjoy it as well. So starting off with June, I will be doing the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Okay, now I did do the first two movies as a review, recap, react, and I was going to continue to do that, but Warner Brothers hit me with a copyright strike, and kind of cheesed me off a little bit. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to try and redo those videos, but let me pause for self-promotion. You can still go ahead and look at those. Go ahead and click the link above and check out the review, recaps, and reacts of the Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and 2. I enjoyed doing them. I thought that I had a lot. I did have a lot of fun, especially 2. I had a lot of fun doing that one. So I will be redoing those movies as a review, and this is not going to alter any of my regular scheduled programming. So Walker Wednesdays will still be happening, and my gaming will still be happening on the weekends as well. So I'm not going to change that at all. And then after the movies are done being reviewed, I'll do ranking videos, a couple other maybe add-ons if I've got time in that month as well. Now, also for the that would be the month of June. For the month of July, I am going to be doing the Friday the 13th series. Now, why am I doing the Nightmare and the Friday the 13th and going ahead and do it? Because I have the movies. I'm ready to go ahead and do those. However, I will need some help for the future months. Now, October, I've already got planned. I'm going to be doing the Halloween series because I want to lead that up to the new Halloween movie. So I won't be going through the whole month of October. I'm going to have to get it all done by the 19th because that's when the new Halloween movie comes out. So it might be the tail end of September into October. But I'm still going to need August and September. So this is where you come in, okay? At the end of the video, when you're done watching this, and I'm done giving you all the information that I have, go ahead and type down in the comment below also what franchises you would like to see me go ahead and do for the month of August and September. Those franchises could be anything that you want. It could be horror related. It could be non-horror related. I mean, you might be like, hey, I want you to do the Die Hard series, or I want you to do this, that, or Indiana Jones, Star Wars, the Marvel movies, whatever it might be. Or it could be horror. It could be Chucky, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Jeepers Creepers, Phantasm, Leprechaun, Reanimator, I don't know, Final Destination, Paranormal Activity, there's Saw, there's so many. There's so many different franchises out there. But I want to hear from you. What is it that you want to see me review? Because you're a big fan of the franchise. Obviously, with all franchises, there are some stinkers and there are some good ones. So after the franchises, I will be ranking them, saying which ones are the better ones, which ones aren't, and then maybe a couple of add-ons with those as well, depending on how much room I've got in the month. So with all of that, make sure, like I said, you put down the comments in there. And, of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you tap the like button. Share this with all of your friends as well. Don't forget to hit the notification button as well so you become part of the notification squad. Why would you want to do that? Well, because you get notified the moment that I upload. That's why. And I will see you in the next video.